Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello. Welcome to another edition of Dead Ain't My Daddy. I'm your host, LJ Young. Those of you that are new to my channel, I am a 100% debt-free, conscious debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them financially see outside what I call the debt matrix. And the debt matrix is a place that people that believe in credit and debt and believe they're not anything, they can't do anything without credit. This is where they live. They live there. And they don't know they live there. What's up, Hyphy? They don't know they live there, right? And what's up, Mark? This particular video was inspired by a person I follow by the name of Kyle Cease. He's like, right now, he is pretty much my inspiration to how I think today, and the same level of thinking the way I do. And he's from the same state as myself too, which is weird too, but I'd be an awesome member of his team. Anyway, he has a video called The Illusion of Money. So I was listening to what he's talking about. And then so it made me think back the way I look at the same thing, the illusion of money, right? And the weirdest thing is this. This is something, SMD family, I want you to, when you come over this side, I want you to pay attention to this because you're going to become aware of this. Here is something that I can prove to people. I can actually prove money doesn't exist for people in debt, right? With mathematics, and they still won't believe it. Now, I want you to think about those moments as very, very powerful moments. That's powerful. Don't look at it as, oh, they're stupid for not knowing. How come they can't see this? All they got to do is use math. Stop looking at it that way, okay? Always look at it as the power that it has. You guys don't really don't when you get over in the debt-free world, you'll just get used to it, right? And you almost forget how powerful this knowledge is to you, that you must understand. Money is only real for us. It's not real for people in debt. They don't know that. Okay? Like imagine me standing on a stage in front of, hundreds of people, right? And imagine you guys are standing next to me up on the stage, but you guys are invisible because I just want you guys to hear and see something, how powerful this is, right? And just imagine you're standing next to me up on the stage, right? And I asked the audience, hey, raise your hand if you're a homeowner with a mortgage, right? And you'll see probably 3/4 of the whole crowd will raise their hands up, right? And then imagine me turning to you and saying, see what I'm saying? All those people believe they're homeowners when I can prove that they're not. And even if I told them, hey, you're not a homeowner, and I can prove it with mathematics, they still wouldn't believe me. That's how powerful it is. They don't know money is not real for them. You remember all the sayings? Here's another one. You remember all the sayings where people say, hey, don't ask me for money. Money doesn't grow on trees. When I hear that now, I say, yes, it does. It's paper. It does grow on trees. So why you keep saying that? That is true. Here's another one. Hey, money's scarce. Money's not this, we can barely get it. We got to chase it. No, you don't have to. They can print as much as they want. Everybody knows that. If we really literally started running out of money, they would just press the printing presses to on and print some more money. It's endless. It's never ending. It's not scarce. Only people in debt believe it's scarce. That's why it's an illusion to them. See what I'm saying? I want you guys to understand how powerful this is, to understand that. Like when I think about myself making 6 figures at one time in my life, I was double that in debt. I was double that in debt. According to mathematics, that says I'm in the negative. Money didn't exist for me for the first half of my working life. What's up, Willie, reigning woman? You see what I'm saying? That's how I want you guys to understand how powerful, what an accomplishment you guys have done. This is a whole different world. And everything I'm saying, remember, never forget this. Everything I'm saying, I can prove. You know, Kyle Cease, he was talking about how people just chase it and chase it and chase it. And it's crazy that when I was in the debt matrix, I chased something. The reason why I was chasing money, because it wasn't real for me. That's why I could never grab it. That's why I could never actually just grab enough. Like when I did grab some, it was never enough. You know why? Because it was an illusion. All I had to do was just stop and turn around and say, hey, what's up, debt? Was that you chasing me this whole time? Yep, it was me. All you had to do was turn around, Linnell. That was it. That's all I had to do was just turn around. How did I turn around? I could have made money real for me if I just trust mathematics. If I would have did that years ago, that's what I'm saying. That's why it was an illusion. And people don't even understand. Everything I'm saying this, I can go out and prove in public. And people in debt won't even know why I'm doing it. You could walk up to the average person and say, hey man, are you financing that cell phone? And now imagine you're walking with me down the street. Say like we're doing one of those TV shows where you walk down the street and ask people questions. All right. Imagine we're doing that right now. You're next to me. And then I'm going to turn to you and say, see, they don't even hear me. So imagine us walking down the street, picking just a random person, preferably with a brand new phone in their hand, and say, hey, did you finance that phone? They're going to look at me and say, yes. And then I'm going to turn to you and say, see, they don't even know what they're saying. See what I'm saying? That's why money's invisible to them. They really believe that phone in their hand is theirs. They really believe it's theirs. You'll see somebody, like I see this all the time. I'll see guys buy motorcycles or something, and then they'll fix them up and paint them and do all that other stuff. And you can walk up to a bike and say, hey man, is this your bike? They'll turn to you and say, yep. And then I'll turn to you and say, see, they really believe that motorcycle that they're painting and putting all this stuff on is theirs. They really believe it. That's why money's invisible to them. That's why it's an illusion, because they believe illusions. Now, say like we just continue to walk down the street and we run up to a guy in a car and say, "Hey, man, is this your car?" Yeah, all I have to do is ask a question like, "Oh, man, I know that car payment is hitting you big, you know." And usually people will brag about it and say, "Oh, it's not that much." That's all the information I need to know. See? Then I would turn to you and say, "See, he or she really believes they own that car." See how simple this is, the way I'm saying it? And even if you told somebody or shared this video with a person in debt, they still wouldn't know what I was talking about. And I want you guys to actually do that. Share it with somebody. You see how simple I'm explaining this? See how simple I'm explaining this? Do you hear it? Right? Share it with somebody deep in debt, and let them hear it. I guarantee you they won't even understand what I'm saying. Guaranteed. You know why? Because money is an illusion to them. When I think about when I was in the debt matrix and I didn't know, because I didn't know money was illusion in the debt matrix, right? All I had to do was just do something so simple like, hey man, just if I would have just added up the money in my savings and then added up my debt and did the math, I would have clearly saw that money was an illusion to me because I was in the negative. Everything I was doing in my whole entire first half of my working life, I was doing it in debt. None of the money I was seeing, borrowing, spending, going on vacation with, that didn't even exist. Didn't even exist. It was all an illusion. All the statements I heard in the debt matrix, like I stated earlier, hey, yeah, money don't grow on trees. Yes, it does. Well, money's scarce. No, it's not. They can print as much as they wish. That's true. They got printing presses. I mean, it's not, I'm not even making this up. Have I even been there? No, they have to be there because we have paper in our hands. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Now, when you think about it, now when I think about it, there's only two classes: the in debt class and the not in debt class. Those are first class, middle class, rich class. That doesn't even exist. There's another something that doesn't even exist, and I can prove that too. Listen to what I'm saying, people. I can walk up to somebody that's making $200,000 a year, and if I could prove that they're in $400,000 in debt, I could say, "Hey, you know what? You're in debt $200,000. You're not in any class." You think they would believe me? No, because they believe the illusion. Math will clearly show, hey, if somebody would have just walked up to me and said it just like that. Now, don't get me wrong. Do I think I would have just said, "Oh my God, yeah"? I would have walked away thinking, wait a minute, his math is right. If his math is right, how come I don't believe it? Because I believe the illusion. Once you guys, once I stop believing the illusion, this I know the way to become a millionaire. I'm just 50. That's what I'm pissed off at. My stuff is on overdrive because of time. If I was in my 20s, oh man, time's on my side. I would kill it because I have real money. Money is an illusion for people in debt. It is not for people not in debt. It's that simple. And those of you like Jennifer, you're out of the debt matrix. Remember this: you're going to get used to You already know what it feels like to be financially free. All right, you know the answer. It's not millions. It's not billions. It's zero. And again, imagine us walking down the street again. You're next to me. I stop to stop somebody and say, "Hey, man, guess what? My friend here, her net worth is zero." You think what do you think the people in debt would say? Why is that person telling us they're broke? They would think you're broke. If you told somebody in the debt matrix that you have a net worth of zero, they would think you are broke, having no idea you just got your slave papers. You're no longer a slave. As long as the people in the debt matrix believe money is truth to them, they're going to be forever there. Money is an illusion only for people in debt. It'll be a whole it's a whole different world for you. I can see Mark's on his way. Hyphy's already over here. Jennifer. Jennifer's new. People telling me they're coming. I hope so. Just I want you guys to when you now that you're over here, when you get sometimes you'll get frustrated, right? You'll start to thinking about all the stuff you did when you're in the debt matrix, believing the illusion of money, just walking around, just chasing it, just believing so funny, just believing all the stuff you see on Facebook and Instagram. Oh, get on your grind, chase money. It's about the money. I never sleep. Money, money, no, no, no. Once you get out of debt, you'll see that all of that is just a big, gigantic illusion. That none of that is true. None of that is true. When you get out of the debt matrix, it's like, I don't want to grind 24 hours a day. I like sleeping. I like having time to myself. I don't want to be on it like that. For what? What are you chasing? They're running from. I want most of you guys that when you guys hear people talk like that, they're chasing money because it's an illusion for them. They're running from debt. They're really running from debt. That was me. That was me trying to hold up the illusion Buying cars, house, all that's all an illusion, especially when it's finance. That is a big illusion. And I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. You guys have no idea what it's like to have a multi-million dollar fix a person, change the world plan in your hands. That's what it feels like right now to have to, to have the answer to change anyone's financial life, anyone's, and can prove it. That's the crazy part. Everything I can prove, it's just up to the people to believe it. That's the that's why I know that's what it is. It's a multi-billion, and I'm just saying words because people relate to big statements like that. But once you get out of the debt matrix, you'll quickly understand that that's all an illusion too. That's an illusion. This is powerful, people. That's why I know it's going to be bigger than life because this is generational, man. If a if a parent, a person, a young person learns this, let me explain something to you. When you see that money has been an illusion all of your life, and then when you find out how to make it real, there is no limit. That's why I say million, billion, trillion. Those are just statements, okay? Once you get out of debt, you'll say, "Oh crap, there is no limit." So every time I say I want to get to a million or I want to get, that's just a cap you're putting on yourself. That's it. That's nothing more than that because you're telling you opening your mouth and telling the universe, "Hey, this is," and then the universe brings it back to you. It says, "Oh, okay, you want to stop at a million? Go ahead. All right, cool." And once you come over and see that, once you see that, there is no going back. Okay, I want to warn everybody that actually follows through with this. There is no going back. You will not be able to unlearn it. There will be nothing in the world that will make you go back, and not Christmas, New Year's, somebody's wedding, somebody's you need to go and buy them a present. Nothing will put you back in debt. Nothing. You will never go back into the illusion of money. Because I hear people say that all the time. When I'm walking through now and I hear people say, "Oh man, I was debt free, but Christmas came up." What? Why are you saying that? I don't even get why you're saying that. Nothing can make me go back into debt. I don't care what holiday it is, especially a holiday. Go back into debt because I feel bad that I'm not getting somebody a gift. No way, Jose. That will never happen. Oh, if I do this trip because so and so's getting married, it's going to put me back in about $5,000 worth of debt. Yep. No, I'm not going. Sorry. But once you get that debt, again, you will always have money. So those kind of problems don't even happen. So if somebody's birthday, Christmas, wedding, surprise wedding out of the blue comes out, you will always have money for it. Always. Nothing will sneak up on you again. Nothing will break out of the blue. Oh my God, when it rains, it pours. When this car piece breaks down, the rest, no, none of that stuff exists anymore because money is real for you now. So that's not a problem. So if it happens, you just drop it off at the shop and say, "Fix it." And even there, when you're out of debt, you'll know which shop to pick. When money is real for you, you'll know which place to pick. You don't let businesses do you wrong because you know money is real for you. They only do people in debt like that because money is an illusion for them. So they believe they don't hardly have any, so they just accept anything. This is how powerful this is, you guys. And when I say I have this multi-billion trillion dollar idea in my head, I hope you guys don't think I'm bragging. I'm not. I'm not even bragging. I just know what I have because I can prove it. I've been proving this. Like, let me give you an example. Okay, here we are. We're doing the interview thing, right? Let's imagine you're standing next to me, and then we're walking into a hospital. Okay, we're walking into a hospital. We run into the top director, surgeon, whoever people believe is the biggest that makes the most money. Okay, let's whoever that person is in the hospital, and we say to that person, "Hey, you still got your student loans?" 9 times out of 10, they're going to say yes. And then I ask them, "Hey, you went to college for, if you're a doctor, probably 12, 13, 14 years, but you've had your student loans for 25. That doesn't make any mathematical sense. Shouldn't you pay those off?" They wouldn't even hear me. Now you think to yourself, wow, that person's a brain surgeon, director of surgery, whatever, right? You think they're so smart because that's the illusion of money. People believe just because that person's a high ranking person that money's real for them. Nuh-uh, that proves it right there. If a doctor's deep in student loan debt, $300,000-$400,000, and kept it for 25 years, that doctor's in debt. All of the money that doctor, you see their salary, say like they say, "Hey, my salary's 300,000." No, it's not. It's an illusion because he's in the negative. If a doctor's making $300,000 a year, but he's $1 million in debt, he's in debt. It doesn't matter if he's a doctor. That's the illusion. This is why it's such a powerful thing that I have in my hands that I am working very, very hard to get out into the world. That's why I put up so many videos. I don't care who likes it. Listen to what I'm saying. I don't care if somebody doesn't like what I'm saying. When they're done listening, the only thing I'm going to say to them, "But is my math right?" "Oh, Linnell, it's not that easy. It's different for me and this and that because my kids and this and blah, 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 blah." And then when they're done, I'm going to say, "But is my math right?" They will always have to say yes. What's up, Abe? See what I'm saying? That's how I know. That's why you guys see me going hard at it. I know what I have in my hands. I know. I'm proving it to everybody. Money is only a money is only an illusion to those who are in debt. Only to those in debt. Ain't that crazy? And you can prove it. Here we go. We're walking down the street again. We're walking down the street again. Got a microphone in my hand. We stop another person. "Hey, sir, him, whatever, ma'am. Do you know how much debt you're in?" You know what they would answer with? They would take a wild guess or simply say, "I don't know." Then I would turn to you and say, "See? They don't even know how much debt they're in. Money is an illusion for them." We're walking down the street again. "Hey, you got student loan debt?" "Yeah, everybody has student loan debt." By the way, everybody in student loan debt always say everybody has student loan debt. Only they don't know that only people in student loan debt say that. They don't even know that. Only people in student loan debt say, "Hey, everybody has student loan debt." They don't understand that only people in student loan debt say that. See what I'm saying? Then I would turn to you and say, "See?" And I would turn to you and say, "Now tell them that." They wouldn't even hear you. Even if you ask them, "Hey, how much student loan debt you have?" They'll say, "I don't know." "When you planning on paying it off?" "I don't know." That's when I would turn to you again and say, "See? Money's an illusion and they don't even care." Don't even care. "Hey, sir, ma'am, check it out. If you don't pay off your student loans, you'll be a slave until you're dead, right? You know that, right? Huh?" They'll turn to you and say, "What? What's that mean?" "What do you mean, a slave until I'm dead?" And then I would turn to you and say, "See, they don't even know they're slaves because money is an illusion. They're forever chasing it. clearly understanding that there's printing presses that can print as much of it as they wish. Why are you chasing something that there's plenty of? That doesn't even make sense. Money doesn't grow on trees. Yes, it does. It's paper. Quentin says it should be a crime for a bank to give a person a home loan if they have other debt like student loan, credit cards, and no. Hey, Quentin, what you're saying right there is just how you feel. That's how you feel about it. Okay. Don't never mix your feelings with business ever. Don't ever do that. That has nothing to do with nothing. Because remember, only people in the debt matrix do such things. Okay. The way you feel about that, you said, hey, this should be a crime. No, it's not. Why? Because they're choosing not to use mathematics. See, if I had student loan and credit cards and like who I am today, I would know I'm in the negative and I would know I cannot afford to get a home. So I wouldn't even walk in the bank to get one. See, I know mathematically not to do that. Oh, look, my finances are in the negative. I can't afford a home. How do I know this? I have no money. And then I wouldn't go to the bank. But people that don't know that, that's their problem. The bank's not tricking anybody. They're not fooling anybody. They're not hoarding any money. They're not taking advantage of people. No, they're not. They're taking advantage of the fact that they just don't trust in mathematics because money is an illusion to them. I bet most, when they hear me talk like this, they're like, man, this dude, he think he know all this stuff. Yes, I do. Because everything I'm saying, I can prove. That's why I sound the way I sound. Doesn't matter how anybody feels about it. Doesn't even matter. When you see that, Quentin, you should understand the power in seeing that. Don't worry about if it's ripping people off or crime. I mean, if it's a literal crime, like a break the law crime, that's punishable. Okay, that's when you tell. But when they're doing something regular business and they're not fooling anybody, installment loan places, overdraft fees, what else? Overdraft protection. See, overdraft fee is just because somebody's not watching their money, right? But they add in the word protection, and the people listen to what I'm saying. They add in the word protection, and then the people in debt believe the word, whatever the word means to them, it's really protecting them. It's just the dumbest thing in the world. They don't know that. All they got to do is use mathematics. Like, listen, here's another one, okay? Secured credit card. Secured. They take the word secured and believe it's some kind of word for them, right? What it is they're taking the money from the person in debt that they have in their hand, they hold it, make even more money, loan it out on the back end, and then charge them a percentage rate to use their own money. All because they want a secured they have no idea what they're doing, don't even know, because money is an illusion to them. The moment this is the only time they take the money that they go out and say, like it was a $500 secured credit card, right? They would have to go out and earn $500, take that $500 and then give it to the bank. The bank swaps them with a piece of plastic, a $500 piece of plastic. They no smoke and mirrors. They don't even see it. They still don't see it. They take their money, loan it out at whatever interest rate they wish, and then on top of that, charge them an interest rate on their own money, all for the privilege of telling the credit gods, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, hey, you guys, this guy in debt paid us back his own money on time with the interest rate on top. Are you insane? They don't see that. So they're not fooling anybody. You guys think I'm joking. You guys really, I know a lot of people that come to my channel. It doesn't matter. I mean, I know SMD family. I know you guys understand, but there's new people thinking of what I'm saying is repetitive and all this other stuff. Math is boring. If you come to this channel and say, oh, it's repetitive, but you ain't debt free, that's why you're still coming to the channel, because you ain't out of debt. Once you're out of debt, you will understand everything I'm saying. You got to ask yourself, man, I've been following this dude for a long time. How come I'm not out of debt? Exactly. Black Knight says overdraft protection are just child safety locks for the adults that cannot manage their own money. Yes, they're just capitalizing. Black Knight, they are just capitalizing on them right in their face, right in their face, man. They put a word that defines something that think about it this way, Black Knight. Look, overdraft protection. They believe it. Private mortgage insurance. They believe the insurance is for them because they know what insurance is outside of the bank language. It is just crazy how they do it. Just right in their face, right in their face. Sometimes I'll see people talk about their debt like, oh yeah, sometimes I'll be online and people are like, hey, yeah, I got a student loan I've been keeping for this, man. I got 2 car loans and this and that. And then they go, yeah, I'm trying to save it for a house. They don't even know what they're saying when they say that. First, they tell they have student loans, a couple of car payments, and some credit cards, and then they're talking about they're saving up for a house and they're contributing to their retirement. They really believe that that's what they're doing. They really believe it. Here we go, walking down the street again. You could walk up to somebody and say, hey, if you're in debt, you're really not contributing to your retirement, right? Because you're in debt. They wouldn't even hear me. They would be like, what? Yes, I am. I looked at the statement. I can log into my account and see that the money was there. And then at that moment, I would turn to you and say, see, they really believe that illusion of money is in their account. They believe it. They believe that money's earning interest for their retirement. They believe it. I can prove to them that it's not even there. I can prove it to them with mathematics. I can prove it to them. They still wouldn't believe it. That's why it's so powerful, you guys. You don't even realize when you step back on this side, you understand phantom income. Do you know what the money makers are? A paid off house or houses in taxes. Wherever I live, wherever I go, I'm going to look into the city. I'm saying, what is the city offering for tax deductions if I invest in whatever they're doing? That's guaranteed money every single freaking year. Guaranteed ROI, guaranteed. Prove that too. Shell pointed that out to me the other day. Add up all your interest that you're paying on a mortgage for 1 year. Add it up. Pay your house off. That money is yours every year. See how simple I did that? You could tell a person in debt that they still won't believe it. They'll be happy that they're writing off the interest of their tax, the interest of their loan on their taxes, and they'll be happy with that. And then I would turn to you and say, see, they're happy to write off interest. That was me. Happy to write off the interest. Happy to write off the interest on my student loans. Happy about it. I'm thinking about that right now, you guys. That is funny as hell. That is funny. And it was chump change. The interest that's rolled off on that, man, on your taxes, that is chump change. That's nothing. Mm, mm, mm. Man, it's crazy to have this idea in my hands, right? Trying my best to get it out there. Trying to know that I can change anybody's life that will listen is an amazing. I can't even explain that feeling to you guys. I can't even explain it. And I can prove it. That's the crazy part about it. Something so simple. Kyle Cease, the guy I was telling you guys earlier, he pointed out something to me, right? That made me open my eyes even further, right? Once I figured out how easy it was to become a millionaire, I was almost mad at myself because you see how easy it is. It's not hard. And no, I'm not a millionaire. I know you're thinking, how can you say it's so easy if you're not? Because first you have to, okay, put it this way. First, you got to know how to count to a million. Okay, say like a million was your goal. First, you got to know how to count to a million. Now, I know most people in debt, there are people saying, hey, I know how to count to a million. One, two, three. Then, they would naturally do that. If I stop somebody and say, hey, you want to be a millionaire? Everybody says, yeah, I want to be a millionaire. And I turn to them and say, hey, but first you must know how to count to a million before you become a millionaire. They would look at me like I'm crazy. What are you talking about? I can. One, two, three, four. And I would stop them right there. And I would say, hey, no. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals the number where you start from. That's where you start to count to a million. I get to start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to a million. Where you get to start is add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals the number where you start from. Yes, including your student loans, mortgages, credit cards, collections, the back child support. It all counts. Add that to the number where you start from. I could tell somebody that they still wouldn't understand what I'm saying. That's how I know how easy it is to become a millionaire, because I figured out where to start. Doesn't that sound so simple? It is. Life is that simple. Kyle, he pointed it out. I was programmed to believe life was difficult and hard to be successful, to become a millionaire, gazillionaire, whatever you want to call it, whatever, right? I was programmed to think that way. It's not. How do I know this? Because once I figured out how to become a millionaire was just to believe in mathematics, I was like, oh my God, is it really that simple? Yes, it is. It is that simple. Once I believed it, money became real for me. Once I believed in mathematics, money was real for me. Imagine us walking down the street again. We stop another person. I say, hey, pull out that cash in your pocket, and say like the person pulled out, let's say $100. Okay. And then I'd say, hey, add up all your savings and then add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. Now, anybody that does that, they're going to be in the negative. And then I turn to them and say, hey, you know that $100 in your hand is not real. You think they would believe me? They'd probably think, what kind of magic trick is that? I just showed you. I'm not even, listen, I'm not even hiding a trick, right? I'm telling them to it right in their face. You guys are listening that you got to zero. I want you to understand how powerful this is. I say, hey, I'm gonna tell you one more time, add up all your savings and add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals equals your money in real life. So if you're in the negative, that $100 in your hand is really not in your hand. They still wouldn't catch the trick. They wouldn't even catch it. They were like, what are you talking about? I know. And then I would turn to you and say, see, they don't even know that money is not even in their hand. That's the trick. Money is an illusion. See that trick? And then we just continue. I mean, I would make up anything, just walking down the street and prove to you from 30 different people of what I'm saying. That's how I know this what I have in my hands. It's a gift. It is a gift. You know, when you grow up, right? Check it out. When you grow up, you believe a gift, like a special gift somebody has. You believe what you've shown on TV, right? You believe a gift is like that. You know, you believe it's like gonna be some kind of miracle or something, right? But it's not. The gift is to be able to see something that the majority of people cannot see. That's the gift. That's the gift I have. I can see something that the majority of the people cannot see. This is why I'm able to say it out loud on an open public forum that anybody can access, because it doesn't matter. They can't see it. They can't listen. They can't see something I can prove. I don't know if that's called an oxymoron. They can't see something that I can prove. And listen to this. If you think I'm the only one that sees the way I see, you're really insane. Because that would be big ego if I was saying, hey, yeah, I'm the only one that thinks this way. No, it's clear that I'm not. You see Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and the many that you cannot see. You'd be insane if you thought I was the only one that sees what I see. I'm trying to get my son, who is 25 right now, just to believe me. I'm trying to get him to believe me so bad. I'm like, sons, I got 3 sons, believe me. I have the answer. Get out of debt. This is how powerful it is. They don't even do it. They stay in debt. That's how powerful it is. They have a father that loves them, trying to show them the way, and they still don't believe it. Okay. It's hard to watch. It is very difficult to watch. I don't involve my feelings too much, but when it's family, man, you can't help it, but you can't do it. I can't do anything about it. It's all part of the program. Hyphy says, I have the gift of identifying strategically created scams. Isn't that lovely? I mean, I know what you're saying, Hyphy. You know, I could spot a scam basic, the basic, because the math doesn't make sense with financial scams. That's how to tell it's a scam. But I can tell you have the ability to go a little deeper than that, And I truly believe that's your gift. You can just see it. You can go to, because it would be straight idiotic for me to also believe that somebody that knows what we know decides to use it for, just negatively. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying negatively legally, I'm saying negatively illegally. Okay? Because what we see, you can clearly see how easy it is to manipulate a person in debt because they believe the illusion of money. It's so easy. All you got to do is let them see it. Once they see it, they just whatever. It's the weirdest thing. That's how, and I know that's how scams work. They just make people believe, they make people in debt believe they're going to get this illusional money for free. That's why those scams work. Hey, I'm a prince in another country. I'm gonna give you $1 million if you just help me break into my account. I got to pay 5,000. It's just the dumbest nonsense. But you got to remember, Hyphy, if it didn't work, they would stop doing it. Mark says, that's crazy. I need to follow your ways. Did you remodel the Section 8 house or buy it without any remodeling? You must be talking to what's her name? Jalen says, yeah, I'm 25 also, but I've been on board for a year, almost debt free. I will never get back into debt. This way of life, ready to travel and see the world. Jalen, let me tell you something, man. I'm double your age, man. I'm telling you, and I'm gonna tell you something right now. So just Don't worry. First, I want you to, throughout your young life, I want you to understand this, okay? Once you become debt free, your credit report, your personal credit report is going to be your shield to defect fakers, okay? When, some people are going to come at you because you're young, but they're not going to know what I'm teaching you right now. They're not going to know that because people in debt don't know they're in debt. I want you to understand it. Listen to this part closely. People in debt, they don't know they're in debt. So they can only speak debt. Okay. Anything they say, if they're in debt and they're trying to whatever scam, none of what they say will make any mathematical sense. And they don't know that. Okay. Or if you decide to go into business with somebody, you ask to see their personal credit report first before you tie any financial ties to anybody and making an agreement that you get to review each other's personal credit reports, like say every 6 months or something. That's key. That's paramount. Because people will go into debt for many reasons. It doesn't matter, just long as you don't go in with them. Never, ever, ever, ever co-sign for somebody. Don't ever tie your finances to a person in debt. I don't care if it's even your own child. Anyway, when you have children, you're going to teach, or no, better yet, when you have children, what you know today, you're going to naturally teach your children. So you won't even have to worry about co-signing. You won't have to worry about them getting loans and credit cards. You won't have, because they will know not to ever do that. And if you do this, Jalen, you will always have money. You will always have money. You will be able to do all the stuff a 25, 30-year-old will do. Anything. You could do it all. Because you'll be doing it debt free. You will also be collecting what's called phantom income. What phantom income is this? Anything the opposite of the majority is money in your pocket. If you pay less in taxes than the majority, that's money in your pocket. When millions of people are paying finance charges on car payments and you're not, that's money in your pocket. That's phantom income. The only guaranteed ROI is not paying interest and reducing your taxes. Whatever it takes, you find whatever it takes to reduce the amount you pay in taxes. That's guaranteed ROI every single year. Not even the stock market guarantees that. I found the only ROI in the world guaranteed. That's taxes. Always pay less than the majority. That's money in your pocket. Ivy says being debt free is something people have to prepare for. There's an aura on what that on you that everyone can see. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. I know I'm pronouncing that word wrong, but you will be solicited a lot. Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up, Hyphy, because that is true. I can see that people see something in me, not just the SMD family, but just when I'm just out and about. It's something that attracts people to me. Now, at first, I thought that happens to everybody, but then I used to always start wondering things like, why are they, people always have wondered, hey, what's his girlfriend look like? They have this version of me. It's just, and I used to always think, why do they think of me that way? I don't get it. But it's true. It happens a lot. Black Knight says, LJ, they aren't listening because what they are doing is working for them at the moment. Well, yeah, Black Knight, they think it is. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they think is working, that's why I'm saying they're in the debt matrix. They don't know what they believe is working is not really working, because all they would have to do the math to say, oh crap, I'm deep in the negative. That's not working. You know what I'm saying? They could do that. But you got to remember, Black Knight, they don't know to do that. Again, even how I'm saying to you, I'm talking to Black Knight out loud of what I'm saying, I can say and prove. They still can't hear me, Black Knight. They can't. They'll say things like, oh, it can't be that easy. That's all designed to make people believe that life is hard when it's not. I know this because I got out of debt and I'm like, oh crap, it wasn't really that difficult all the time. Nope, life's not expensive. Housing market. I keep saying this to you guys. Housing market prices no longer matter to people that are not in debt. Doesn't matter. It only matters when we sell, never when we buy. Cosmic Wisdom says it's the same 50K house. I put 25% down to get a mortgage of $300. Paid for the repairs outside the mortgage. It's the same. Oh, you put 25% down. Wow. See, people don't do that, Cosmic Wisdom. You think the majority coming up with 20 plus down on a mortgage? No, they're not. Not even close. You tell somebody that, Cosmic Wisdom, you know the first thing they're gonna say to you, oh, that's because she's rich, she got money, she got no kid. They'll come up with a million. Oh, she got an old car. They'll come up with a million things to why you can do what you can do right now, Cosmic Wisdom. I guarantee it. If she had kids, she couldn't. Oh God, whatever. People in debt. It really is crazy. Jalen says, it's always been my dream to travel to 5 specific places overseas. That's been my motivation. But ultimately, I want to be able to change not just my life, but change my kids' life once I start a fam. You see how you're thinking right now, Jalen? Just say you stay out of debt. There will be no, it'll be my dream. You'll say, I'm going to these 5 places. Your whole talk will change, okay? Your whole speaking of how you say it will change. You will say, I'm going to 5 places. I'm going to teach my family, my kids this. I'm going to do that. You're almost there. Get out of debt and you'll see everything I'm talking about. Nothing be out of reach. You'll go to different countries. Half the people in debt, they don't even go out of the country. Most people in debt have no idea the culture that is outside of the United States. Everything's not. Once I got the first time I went out of the United States, I was like, oh my God, everything's not about the United States. The United States is not the world. There's people that do different things, different cultures, everything. You need to experience that. People in debt can't experience that because they can't afford to do that. You can do it all while you're young too. Everything. You keep this mentality. Guess what? The only type of partner you're going to pick is a debt-free partner. I guarantee you won't pick a partner that's deep in debt. I promise you won't. You come across a woman and be like, hey, you're fine, and she looks like this, and she works here and there, but you find out she got $100,000 in student loan debt that she's been keeping for the last 10 years and don't have any date planned time to pay it off. You'll be like, oh no, I ain't doing none of that. You know how many serious relationships doing this is going to save you from? I promise you, it's going to drastically reduce it. Because once you're out of debt, I guarantee you, your heart will never override your mind when it comes to this. It will never do it. You'll never be like, oh man, but I just love her. You'll never do that. You'll be like, hey, what's your plan? Because you won't even let it get that deep. It won't even get that far because people in debt, they will always show you their habits of how they believe, they will show you habits clearly showing you that money is an illusion for them because the way they spend money, financing, depreciating objects, you'll see them do that. And then you'll see her, you'd be like, oh man, she got a car, she got a finance car, she got multiple credit cards. She keep talking about bill collectors are calling her. And if you say, hey, what are you doing about that? And she say nothing, that's where you're going to stop. You're going to be like, oh, well, I'm not going to invest any more time into this. We're just going to remain friends. Yeah, you guys need to check out Kyle Cease, man. He's more of awareness. It's about awareness, and awareness is what I'm trying to give you guys that don't understand what that is. I'm trying to give you an idea by these examples. Awareness is like being aware that if you ask somebody if they're a homeowner with a mortgage, they will say yes. I want you to be aware that be aware of them saying yes to something that they know mathematically is not true, to be aware of that. It doesn't matter how they feel about it. It doesn't matter what they think. It's mathematically not true, right? You will see, you will recognize that wow, they're saying yes when they know it's not true. That's awareness. Cosmic Wisdom says you need to get your sons on this channel so me and Hyphy can talk sense into them. Sometimes it's painful to see potential waste. Yeah, my sons pretty much they follow me. I'm not too much worried about them because anything I do, they pretty much follow me. So when I got in shape, they wouldn't let themselves get out of shape because they saw, dang, my dad's like 25 years older than me, and look at the way he looks. So they've never let themselves go. They're always in the gym. They got the six packs and all that other stuff because they see me. So, and they know I don't ever go back. They know I don't go backwards in life. I've never gone backwards in life. So they know whenever their dad makes a move, it's for the better. So that's how they do it. They do the same thing. So they know me going after this, here is something that I don't even know is going to be successful. I'm just riding on what I believe in my mind, what I believe. That's all I'm running on, you guys. There's no guarantees at the end of this rainbow or anything. I'm just saying, hey, I found something that it can help a lot of people. This is it. That's what I said. So I just made up my mind that that's what I'm going to do. So once they see that, they'll be like, damn, my dad did that too. Yes. Brandon M. Phillips says, I know it's a little off topic, but would you consider software engineering, cloud engineering still a good field? Yes, for sure. Oh yeah, that's always going to be around. I mean, I would honestly try to specialize under there somewhere because a lot of this stuff, cloud engineering now, can be shipped overseas. They can do that stuff from India. They get somebody here to set up the initial, installation of the software, and then it can be managed from anywhere in the world. So I would suggest finding something and specializing in something in cloud engineering that is um, that is rare. Uh, and when I say get into something and you master it. You master it. So when you master it, you can walk into whatever job you're gonna say that you interested in. You walk in and say, I know this. I know something that many people don't know, and I've mastered it. You'll be able to get a job. You'll be able to make the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time because it's only a little bit of time. Things change fast, especially in the computer industry. It changes quick. You know, there's only so many certificates you're gonna get. So you hit it hard. You can stack a lot of money in 10 years. A lot of money as long as you stay debt free. You stay debt free, you can stack a lot of money in 10 years. You probably have to work a max of 15, maybe. Just stay debt free. That's it. While you're doing it, while you're stacking your dough, and get a paid off house. Get a paid off house. This is what you do. When you get your first house, don't move in it. Get it, buy one, get the best mortgage on the market, right? The best. That's the only one you're going to accept. Whatever the best is, and to say like you were doing it this year, 2020, you walk in and say, I only want this one, and you're going to give it to me. Make sure you're debt free and do it, right? Buy the house, put it under a business and classify it as a rental under the IRS guidelines. Okay. That's what you do. Make sure you say, hey, IRS, I bought this house. Is it cool under your guidelines? That's as a rental? Yes. Okay, cool. All right. Then it's under your business, whatever, right? And then all of a sudden, now that you're debt free, you don't even need the rental income that your renter that you put in there, right? So none of that money comes to you. It goes right back into the house. Okay. You get appreciation, depreciation, blockety blah. You get an excellent tax person. You don't even need to know. You don't even need to know about taxes. You know how to pick the right tax person. You go ask whoever you choose. You ask to see their personal credit report first. That will tell you if they really understand taxes. If they're in debt, and especially if they don't know they're in debt, don't use that person as a tax person. They're missing a major, 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 major piece of the puzzle. Okay, they're missing something. I don't care how good you think they are. If they are really good, they wouldn't be in debt. They're missing a lot of phantom income while being in debt because it's mathematically impossible for them to see it. Okay. Pick the right person and say, hey, person, this is what I want to do. You just tell them, hey, I'm rental, give me the tax benefits, blah, 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 fine, this and appreciation, that. Trust me, you see how passionate I am about getting people out of debt? Believe it or not, there's a passionate person that's passionate about taxes, the tax entire. Now, when I say the system, the entire system, not just your small piece, the entire system. There is somebody out there that absolutely loves it. That's how you find them. That's how you find them. That house will be paid off in like 7 years. 7. Because some of that, even having that rental house, you can offset some of your personal taxes. Your ordinary tax, you can offset some of that with owning a house and some property. Oh my God, you guys have no idea how fast that house will be paid off. And you have a paid off house and you're debt free with a paid off house, you have no idea how financially far ahead you will be in front of people. And they won't even know it. Won't even know it. I'm going to put that up there now, Brandon. I appreciate it. There it goes right there. Phantom income is this: do everything financially opposite of the majority and you will be rich. First, the only way you're going to see it, first, you must pay the cost to see it. This is not free. What I'm telling you is not free. This is your cost. Add up all the savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals your cost to see what I'm telling you. His name is Kyle. Here, let me put that up there just a second. Actually, let me throw his link of his channel up there. 1 second. This is even better. 1 second. There you go. It's the link to his YouTube channel. And you know what's crazy? So you guys understand what I mean at the level I'm at. I'm trying my best to reach out to Kyle. I'm trying my best to reach out to him. I need him to understand how beneficial a member of his team I would be. I'm trying my hardest to reach out to this dude because he has no idea how beneficial I would be on his team. Beneficial. Tax tip: you can legally deduct donations such as PayPal, Cash App, Super Chats if you have your finances set up properly. Yep. Yep. And what I'm saying is this, you guys, listen. Find somebody that knows, it could be a business, successful business, whatever. Find a company that, number one, knows these things, like Hyphy's just talking about. Somebody knows this. You don't have to know it. You just need to know how to pick the right person. Somebody knows it. Somebody that doesn't break any of the tax rules, tax laws. How do you do that? You ask to see their personal credit report. They will know that you know. You get somebody's personal credit report, they'll look at it and it looks just as clean as yours. They know not to break any of the rules. I don't play that. Don't be making up stuff to claim that doesn't exist. There's no reason for that. None. Since people in debt, since money is an illusion to people in debt, they start blaming taxes and all this other stuff. Nope, stop doing that. I'm telling you this right now. Get out of debt. You can see the purpose of it. It's so easy to see. Hey, say like they want a particular area to redevelop or whatever. They just raise the taxes over there and that's it. And they just move out the people they don't want. They don't want there. See how easy that is? See how simple that is? That's how it works. It's so simple to see. You want to see this? That's your cost. Now, some people can follow my videos and they're like, hey, man, I don't need to buy nothing from him. I can just watch his videos and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because they think it's not a mindset. It's a programmed mindset. You can listen to my videos all you want. Maybe some will get it. I got Dave Ramsey's, but how many are going to actually do it? Not many, because they don't understand it's a psychological thing. This is going to sound so crazy to you, but you know how hard it is to get people to believe their own mathematics? No, just to believe math at all. You know how difficult it is to get people to believe math. Doesn't that sound like a complete oxymoron? It's like, what do you mean get people to believe math? What, 1 + 1 = 2? Yeah, I know that. You know that. How come the majority of people in the debt matrix don't know that? Because it's a mindset. It's a conditioned mindset. Juan says an extra 500 a month toward principal only will have a house paid off in like 5, 6 years. Towards principal only will have. Yeah, probably would. Counts on what type. I mean, there's many different factors. What type of loan, 15, 30 year, it all counts on that. Sewer Rat says, learn to do your own. Yeah, you save a lot of money. I mean, I say like right now, I just do my own. I'm not really big, so I don't really need. But when I am big, I'm only hiring a professional. I know exactly who I'm gonna hire. Somebody that knows. I understand what phantom income is. Somebody that knows that. It's going to be clear. Hey, you know what phantom income is? No, then no. You got student loans older than your children, and you talking about doing my taxes? No way, Jose. Sometimes I wonder how many people out there have somebody doing their taxes that are in trouble with the IRS themselves. People don't even know that. Don't even know somebody that may be doing their taxes might be in IRS trouble themselves, and they're doing your taxes. There is no way in hell I would allow that ever. That is the absolute tippity top worst debt to have in the whole entire country is IRS debt. That is the worst. And I've never been in trouble with the IRS ever. I just know it's the worst. See the way I'm saying it? I know it's the worst because I know it's the worst, even though I've never had it. Even when I was in a debt matrix, I just knew not to play with that. Yeah, they scare you. Yeah, the IRS and blah blah blah. They come knocking on your door, but I knew all that part, but I was thinking, what's the real reason? Why would they come knock on your door? Why would they put you in prison? You just nobody. I never stopped to think that. I just like, here's the consequences if you break the rules. It's like, why is it that serious? And then once you get out of the debt matrix, now that I'm out, I say, oh crap, that's why. Because if it wasn't in place, none of this would work. People in debt are greedy. Can you imagine how many people are in debt and don't know it and they're greedy? They wouldn't participate in the system if they weren't forced. How do I know this? People cheat on their taxes all the time. That's how I know it. They cheat. For some reason, they get in their head like they're not being watched or nobody's looking, or who knows what people in debt think. I have no idea why you would ever think that. That's the purpose of why they protect a social security number. So that's so important. I saw something the other day about getting some people getting CPNs. Somebody sent me this on Instagram. People getting CPNs and these CPN numbers that look like credit card numbers, and They use those instead of credit card. Instead, they use these numbers instead of the social security number to build their credit and so they can buy things. Only people in debt would ever believe such stupid nonsense. One girl got caught. She got feds came knocking on the door. Just some story. I gotta find it. But some feds knocking on the door, and then she got at the end. They go like this. Oh yeah, she got probation, and she just had to do community service and was home arrest for this and that, and but no prison time. I was thinking the people didn't see the real story behind that. I guarantee you, people didn't see the real story behind that. Here's a girl. This is the real story behind that story. If you ever find it, right? Here's a girl that was running from her debt so bad. This is what the majority of people can't see. Here's a girl that was running from her debt so bad she believes some made up numbers from somebody on the internet will change her life. She believed it. So she said, "Hey, okay, cool. I do this and put this number instead of that, and then my whole credit history would change." People totally forget the purpose of a social security number. That's your identity number in the United States. You can't mess with that. But she decided to. So she was doing all this stuff, and she thought her life would change, and she was gonna basically leave her old messed up credit life behind. Like you're just gonna disappear on your debt. No, you're not. They came knocking on the door, and that happened. Now they say, "Oh, she didn't get jail time," but now she's a felon. That's a felony. When you hear her say, "Oh, now she had community service and she had to pay this restitution and this and that," that's because she got convicted. She is now a convicted felon for simply running from her debt when all she had to do was pay it. When all he had to do is pay it. And that's why these people with these scams come out so easily, because people in debt believe that there's another way out of debt. That's what they believe, and they'll hang on to anything to believe it. That's why money will always be an illusion to those in debt. This is mathematically proven to be true. To enter any number besides your SSN or EIN on any credit application is federally illegal. That's exactly what they said too. But they're so tied up in the scam where see how scammers they present something, they present an illusion. And this is what they do since people in debt don't know money is an illusion to them in the first place. Scammers just present another illusion to make the person in debt believe they're going to escape their current illusion into a new illusion. See, if somebody came to me and said, "Hey, man, use this CPN number instead of your social security number," I would be like, "Are you nuts? Who are you? Where did you get this idea that this would work? Why do you?" None of it makes any sense. But since the majority of people are in debt, scammers don't know how to decipher who knows and who doesn't know. They don't know that. If they came to me personally and said that, I was like, "Get out of here, scammer. What are you talking about? That makes absolutely no sense. Scammer." Scammers present just a different illusion. That's it. They don't. It's none of it's true. What they say, calling these like IRS scams and Craigslist scams. They just do things that make absolutely no sense. When's the last time somebody sent an unknown person that they know no one in their life and say, "Hey, man, I'm gonna send you this check. I just need you to cash it at your bank. You can give me just a little bit of it, and you can keep the rest." And people in debt actually believe it. They'll go to the bank, cash a check that they have no idea where it came from, somebody that gave them money, and they say, "Cash this check, just send this back to me, and you get to keep the rest." And people in debt actually do it and believe it. They wouldn't do it if people wasn't doing it. They do they do people in debt so bad. I mean, it's just bad, man. It starts to bother me sometimes. Black Knight says getting in debt is easy, but it takes hard work and personal discipline to dig yourself out of debt. Yeah. And you know what's even harder than that, Black Knight? First, you got to know you're in debt. You're on step number two. Wait, you said, but getting out of getting out of debt is hard, right? That's step two. Step one, you got to realize that you're in debt. Now try to get somebody in debt that believes in the illusion of money to say, hey, you know you're in debt. Good luck with that. Herbert Scott says, I'm in a I'm in a city that was top three for ID fraud. Everyone stopped selling dope and started ripping off SSN. God, it was that popular, ripping off SSN tax refunds. Now they're trying to do dark web scams. You know, those people that do those type of security and tax fraud, those guys are so easy to catch. People in debt do such things. Why are they? Because how do I know this? You know why they're doing it? They're doing it for the money. They're chasing money. And this is how I know they're in debt too. Only a person in debt would risk the time in their life for money. They're doing things that can send you to prison, have a stamp on you as a felon for the rest of your life, and you get to lose some time in your life for going to prison. All for what? Money? Only people in debt would risk the time in their life, something that you can never get more of. You can't get it back. You can't borrow any from your friend, your cousin. Nobody can loan you any. And they're willing to risk the time in their life for money. And then when they get stamped as a felon, life is going to be much, much harder. They're going to be even further in debt. Restitution, fines, just getting buried, and then you bury them on top of all the things that you cannot bankrupt either. You can't bankrupt those type of things. IRS debt, student loan debt, back child support, fines from the city, stuff like that. You can't bankrupt none of that. And if you're a felon on top of that, that limits your income potentially. Let me say, doesn't 100%, but it potentially can. All for what? Money. The illusion of money. Herbert Scott says, I'm not sure what that word is, Senegalese friend. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Friend fall for a green dot card. Scammer. I told her federal agencies don't make calls, they kick in doors. Yeah, that's again, they do people in debt so dirty, man. So dirty. Shout out to Brandon Phillips, man. I appreciate that. Just looked at my phone. Thank you very much for the donation. Much appreciate that. Much appreciated. I really mean that. Because I love it when the right people can hear that message. So shout out to Brandon Phillips. Much appreciated. That kind of stuff, man. Things like that, donations like that, they let me know that I'm on the right track. Because the information I'm sharing really has no limit. I promise you, it has no limit. Your whole life is going to change forever, forever. Hyphy says, my older brother paid $900 to get, whoa, are you serious? To get a CPN crap so he could finance a 2016 S50 550. Not only did the CPN not help, which is why he got a 19% interest rate, to no surprise, he doesn't have the S550 no more. Oh my God. Oh man, Hyphy, that's even hard to read. All because why? Running from his debt. He could have took that $900, Hyphy, and put it down on his debt. But instead, he decided to use $900 of money that's not even there, it's an illusion, and give it to another scammer for a different illusion. That is hard to see. Mm, mm, mm. Sex Six says, "Is it okay to get a credit card for a cable bill, $20 a month, and a cell phone bill? Is it okay to get a credit card for cable bill?" I'm not sure what your question you're asking. I'm not sure what you're. If you're asking, like my credit card, my cell phone bill, um, the only thing that comes out of my comes off my credit card automatically are stationary items, like anything that has the exact same price every single time. So like I buy my cell phone by the year. So I really don't have a month to month. I take away the monthly mentality. Anything I can get away from paying monthly, I do it yearly. Okay. Because people don't understand it. It's so wonderful not to think about things every single month. It's so wonderful. You just the only thing I have to do about that is rent. Uh, I don't put my light bill. I don't put my um, gas bill on automatic. I don't put my internet bill on. No, my internet is on because it's the same price, but gas and electric, it's always changing. So I always want to see it. I never make it automatic. It's so funny. I'm glad you brought that up, but the question, because I thought about this. I was and I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but pay close attention to this. It's smooth, okay? I notice when the electric bill or the whatever utility bill comes in, right? They'll have two prices on there. One that says the normal price, and then the other one that says if you pay after this date, this is the price. How many people you think don't even look at the difference between the two and always pay the highest? How many people you think do that? Because I think it's hilarious, and it's right next to the regular price of your electric bill, right? Whatever the cost is, it's right under that. So if people just open it up, look at the bigger number, say, "Oh, it's this," and just pay it. How many people you think do that? That's crazy. If you need a credit card for a cable or cell phone bill, you cannot afford either. Yeah, that's true. Counts on what you're doing though. If you're just having the money come out automatically off your credit card, that's different. But if you need a credit card to pay your bills, that's something totally different. Sex says my cable is 30 a month, phone is $325 a year. Oh, okay. Okay, then you're doing it right. Yeah, you can take it off the credit card. Because I'm sure Herbert was, and I was thinking that you have to use your credit card to pay your bills. That's something different. But if your cable bill is that, and your yearly cost of your phone is that, yeah, that's cool. Because that's stationary. You know what I'm saying? Because mine is 240. I don't know who you go through, Sec, but I go through Red Pocket Mobile. RedPocketMobile.com. It's either redpocket.com or redpocketmobile.com, one or the other. Anyway, that's who my cell phone service is through. Anyway, like I said, this is watching Kyle's video today was which inspired me today, because I was just like, the things he was hitting on is just how life is really just not. Man, I'm 50 years old and just now figuring this crap out, man. And for you youngsters, I want you guys to understand 50 is not old, okay? Don't think just because I'm saying 50 is like, oh my God, I'm old. No, it's not old. 50, don't believe what you see on TV that a person looks like that at 50. No, you can look any way you wish to look, okay? Don't fall for any of that TV stuff. But the sooner you understand this, man, like I always keep telling people this, I understand that I'm here to create the next generation of millionaires, because people my age, you know, I'm not saying that it's too late. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying it's too late. I am saying that it is the absolute deadline to wake up. It is. It's the absolute deadline. Because once you wake up, you're going to have to figure out how to pay it off. Okay? You're going to come up with a plan. I can help you with that plan. It's not really a big deal. I'm just saying if you try to do it on your own, it's going to be a really, really big deal. I'm saying if you come to me right there, savings-debt.com, you come to me, I will give you a plan on how to do it. Okay? A mathematical plan, because while you're working the plan, you're going to get frustrated, but you're going to look at the math, and the math is going to keep you on track because math will always be true. Anything you try to do, math will always be true. Once you know your debt number, right? And somebody comes at you with some kind of plan that's going to make you rich if you invest in this or do this and that, whatever, right? And then whatever their plan is, if any part of their plan adds to your debt, it's the wrong plan. Okay? It's the wrong plan. If any of their part of their plan includes a huge down payment or a monthly fee for this plan or whatever, if it's not helping you mathematically in your debt, it's the wrong plan. Are you using the credit card to build credit history? If so, just paying the bill on time will accomplish the same thing. Yes, it'll do the same thing. That's what I do. That's what I do too, Sec. I do my credit card is, like I said, I use it for stationary things. But I use it every single day. I use my credit card every day because for security purposes and just to build my credit history because I pay it off every month, right? So it helps me for security purposes. It helps me because you don't know whose store does what. Like when you ever notice sometimes you go to stores, some stores still slide, even though you got a chip. Some stores you still sliding. You're not inserting them. It's like, what good is the security of the chip if all the stores are not participating in the chip? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't even make sense. And still, people still do skimmers everywhere and all this other nonsense. And so, if that ever happens, they just get my credit card, not my debit card. It's a big hassle factor. It just saves. I can rent hotel rooms and cars, and it just I learned from Dave Ramsey, but I still understand the purpose of credit as a tool. It just makes life easier because it's just part of life, but I use it very differently than before. Because people always say that, oh, I thought you learned from Dave Ramsey. I did. I don't have to do everything he says. He taught me the basics, and then I took the basics and did my own thing. That's why this channel was born, because I just said, okay, I'm going to take what he taught me, and then I'm going to do my own stuff on it, what I've learned. The only thing I'm adding to what Dave Ramsey taught me is what I learned on my own. I got the base from him, and I said, oh, wow, now that I'm debt free, I can do this, that, this, that, this, that. And then I just share it with you guys. What's up, Cart? What's going on? That's cool. Only an hour and 30 minutes in. I got about 30 minutes until my next appointment. Yeah, I got 30 minutes till my next appointment. And then so you guys got about those same less than 30 minutes, 20 minutes, because I like to prepare myself to talk to whoever I'm going to talk to. But yeah. I hope you guys that follow, when you guys watch and you see advice given by, Black Knight or Hyphy or Cosmic Wisdom, I want you guys to understand that I want you to trust their responses. Trust the advice that they give, because this language of debt free cannot be faked. It can't. It can't be faked. It can be misused. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Knowing what we know, there's people out here that understand. They say, you know what, I'm going to still use it for bad, So it can be misused. But if it's misused, we can spot that too. It's just mathematics. If it's misused, it won't make mathematical sense, what they're saying. That's how to tell it's not true. So it's It's a gift. Honestly, it's a gift. Let me see. You guys got any questions? Any questions? It's just a gift that cannot be faked. All right. Jennifer says it's a blessing to wake up from the debt matrix and realize debt isn't the normal way of living. Sometimes something I used to believe. I know, ain't that crazy, Jennifer? And what's so crazy? All you got to do now is watch TV now. Watch TV and you'll see how the programming was done. You can see it. Commercials, look at when I watch commercial today, they say you can tell what they're doing. It says, "Hey, you're nobody if you don't get this car. You're nobody if you don't buy these clothes. You're nobody if you don't buy these glasses. You're nobody if you don't buy these shoes." And people in debt believe it. They believe they're nobody unless they're driving a car. You know what I'm saying? This particular car, they're nobody if they're not. It's just the craziest thing, and people believe, oh my God, I'm nobody if I don't have that house. If I don't live in that area, I'm nobody. Says who? Who's telling you that? That's what you want to say to them. Who's telling you that? The TV? Are you believing what the TV's telling you? Because it's not true. It's like also like look at like the drug commercials. Have you noticed how many drug commercials on TV now? All you got to do, this is all you got to do with those. This is how you could tell how they're selling the drugs to people. All right. Every time a drug commercial comes on, mute it, mute the commercial, and then try to figure out what drug are they trying to sell you. Because the name of the drug won't give it away because half the people don't even know what those names mean, right? They'll just make up some random name with an X and a Y in it, and then people just believe it, right? They won't even know. Mute that commercial so the name of the drug won't even give it away while the TV's on mute. When it's on mute, I want you to figure out, tell me the drug they're trying to sell you and what does this fix? Okay. Again, I'm gonna say it one more time. Every time a drug commercial comes on TV, I want you to mute it. Okay. And then I want you to try to figure out what type of drug they're selling and what this drug is going to fix on you. Okay. And what does the name mean? No, I'm not going to go that far. That's too many steps. All right. But just do this all on mute. Okay. That is funny stuff, man. That'll be the game of the year. Guess that medicine. Guess the medicine. And what's it fix? When you're outside the debt matrix, this is crazy, man. Everything was an illusion. Everything was an illusion. It was all an illusion. I mean, when I say illusion, now once you get out of debt matrix, you'll know how to sell to people in the debt matrix. I know how to sell to them now. Okay. I just got to get the framework together, but I know what to do. Savingsminusdebt.com. I will change your life. This gift will be yours. Here's a true person that knows right there. Jennifer knows. Jennifer, can this language of debt free be faked? It can't. Can it be faked? I always tell people this. How can you fake something that you don't even know exists? You can't fake something that you don't believe to be true. Any questions, you guys? Any questions? Because I'm getting myself prepared for this call. If not, we're going to go ahead and cut it off early here. Because you know me, you guys, I can be on this thing for like 3 hours. And to me, it feels like 5 minutes. That's how I know it's my passion. All right, then. Until next time, people. Thank you all for joining. 30-minute consultation free at savingsminusdebt.com. Click on book consultation, and please don't forget to set your time zone. Select your time zone. Please don't forget to select your time zone. There's my Cash App. Please don't forget to share my channel. I'm trying to get out there. I'm trying to get Kyle Cease to see me. I'm trying to get one of his production members, whoever it takes for them to see me, I'm trying to get on his team. Please share. All you got to do is Google, tell anybody to Google hashtag savings minus debt, and I will be the only person that populates in that search. Okay. Hit the like button. There's my website scrolling along the bottom. I have t-shirts, Savings Minus Debt t-shirts on my website, savingsminusdebt.com, under products. All right. Do that as soon as you buy your t-shirt. I'll try to get it out the very next day. Okay. And I have sizes small through extra large. You can follow me on Instagram at Savings Minus Debt. Please don't forget to subscribe. Here's my email address. Keep those links coming for reviews of videos, man. I like it. Sometimes I just go through them just to see which one I'm gonna do. But if one stands out, you know me, I'm gonna be on it. Okay. All right, you guys have a marvelous day. See you later, Nicer, Jennifer, Carp, Herbert, Hyphy, Juan, Brandon. Again, much appreciated for the donation. Much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you. See, people like that, man. Not saying you have to. I'm just saying when the message hits people, people just do things. Okay. You do. I've done that. Sometimes I'll go through channels and somebody's message hits me. I'll be like, donate something, you know. Have a good day, you guys.